secondary mandate, of course, that we will be showcasing. We'll start off at Durban Station, where we are launching the new solar project that has been run through our subsidiary Intersight. This facility now, Mayor and MEC, is fully powered by renewable energy. Yes. Maybe the chairperson of Intersight can just come forward, Mr. Ayanda Peters. This facility has got the capacity of 1 megawatt that we have done. 2,000 panels of solar power. It has come at a cost of 63 million, but we will have the payback within 6 years. We have a monthly saving of over 800,000 rand on electricity. So you can see the quick payback that we will have. In the event the weather doesn't play ball, we do have backup generators that can look at that and the battery system that we have. But that's a very exciting project that we'd like you to launch officially today, Honourable Minister. From there, we will then move to the launch of Train 300. You know we are manufacturing these modern trains in South Africa, in Gauteng, in Nigeria. And I'm sure some of you have visited the factory. Today, we present a significant retail giants that are there, but also your banks, your financial sector. And this is in the heart of Isipingo, the CBD. So we will showcase that, and Minister, you will be launching that, the mall, the Isipingo Mall. It's officially opened this month, and we're having the official launch at this venue. So in a nutshell, esteemed guests, that will be the program for the day. What we will do is, because at PRASA, safety is our #1 priority. As we move from site to site, please allow that there will be a safety briefing to ensure that there are no injuries, no incidents that happen on the day. So that when we proceed from here to look at the first part of the tour, there'll be a briefing. Second part, we'll have another briefing, just to make sure everybody understands the protocols in terms of safety that we are dealing with. We will then end off the day, Honourable Minister and guests, at Isipingo, just some key messaging from yourselves at the event, and then we will take it from there. Thank you very much. What we'd like to do is at the sites, I will then bring forward our CEOs of our various divisions that can speak to those details. I think this was a briefing of how we're going to deal with the day, but maybe we can then have the safety briefing. Is the colleague here that will provide the safety briefing?
Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Greetings, colleagues. All protocols observed. We are currently at the Durban Station concourse for us to make sure that we are safe when we are walking around. So we have 2 exits currently where we are. So in case of emergency, no panicking, no running, and we try and assist the colleagues that are on crutches or in wheelchairs or who need assistance. So when we are here, there are 2 exits. We have an exit on my left-hand side. This will take us all the way down, and then we have the other one on the right-hand side. In case we need any ablutions, we have ablutions that are unisex on this side. If those ones are full, you go all the way the passage. There are other ablutions on the other side. When I get onto the solar, I will also just address you and then just tell you, but I will just touch on it for now. These are things that you need to be looking at. It was a bit raining, so it might be slippery, so If you're not wearing comfortable shoes, just try and walk steadily so that you don't fall. We're trying to avoid the trips and falls. And then, but the steps there, they are being cleaned, everything is fine, so we'll be able to go down. So the colleagues that's going to be going up, there are steps, we need to be mindful of the uneven surfaces that are there. Now, when we come back again, we'll go to the train station. What we need to be minding is just the gap between the platform and also the train. So that's what we're looking at. But inside the train also we'll be told of the contingency plan should we have any challenges in there, but I'll be taking you through as we go along. But should we have an emergency, I'll be directing you exactly also where to go. I'll be working with you all the way. So let's just keep safe. So there are signs everywhere that we need to adhere to, and then make sure that we follow all the safety signs that are written inside the trains and also in the buildings. Thank you so much.
Yes. We've got the cameras, everyone is in a way. Yeah. Can we get the pedal and stuff? Everybody's going to get their stuff now. Yeah.
Group CEO, before we proceed, Minister, we are going to request that due to space limitations at the solar plant, we request that the dignitaries, the executives of PRASA, Intersight and Gibela, as well as the media colleagues, please do make your way. All other guests are requested to please watch the screens because all the proceedings that will be taking place at the solar plant will be flighted on the screens. But due to space limitations, colleagues, we do not want to find ourselves exposed to risk. So can we kindly adhere to the protocols that have been explained, that we just limit the numbers going up. Thank you. requesting the dignitaries as well as members of the media only. Guests are requested to stay glued to the screen, please.
Yeah, right, yes. Lord.
Pass through, please.
One mistake. One pump ya mtu tu. sun not shine for a few days and it's raining, down to batteries, the batteries is depleted. Obviously, then we go to the grid. The grid's not there, load shedding means so we should not be without power the entire precinct. But I think what is good is that your carbon footprint, in terms of what you're delivering here, you also have that 1 megawatt that the city can use entities because we're self-sufficient here. Obviously, we also want to look at whether we can sell back to the grid. I think these discussions underway in terms of how do we assist, because there is always opportunity to expand on that. But I think just in terms of the saving that we're achieving also, it's actually quite significant. There's about 12 other sites that we've identified between 1 and 2 megawatts that we will be rolling out next year. So we're quite excited in terms of what we're going to achieve there.
Anything you want to add?
Yes, and just Minister to emphasize that my shouting voice, yes, I thought I was talking to you personally. Just to emphasize that part of the secondary mandate, which is to generate revenue from assets that PRASA already owns. So we were using what was dormant and we are generating revenue. But in this particular case, this is one of our other key strategic objectives, which is about which is to use innovation and renewable energy for cost optimization to drive the cost down so that we are able to increase our revenue.
So is your new shopping centre going to be solar powered?
We are busy looking at when we can install that, but we seem to want going to do it through private sector participation, not just in terms of capital.
Maybe the one thing, that's a very good question. When we're looking also coming to Isipingo, the team will speak to it more. We also will be demonstrating the private sector participation projects within PRASA already. And I think it's in line with what you just launched on Sunday, Minister, which I'm sure you'll touch on around some of these things. We'll be doing that in the secondary mandate portfolio already, in terms of bringing in some of the private sector participation.
So the sites that we identified for the next rollouts, other depots like Northfontein, Salt River, some of high consumption sites that we're definitely going to push forward to get this installed. Thank you.
We will now move to the train 300, to the platforms. I'm just looking for our leaders. Colleagues, please be careful as you're walking. There are a few steps we need to take, obstacles on the route. Please, no walking backwards. That's the message.
There's a plaque to unveil.
Oh.
Apologies, colleagues. Minister, we will now officially lead you to where it is that you will unveil the plaque as the official launch of the solar plant. We can just make our way there. It's not far from us.
One, two.
Ningangisephulele ba.
Morning to everybody. We are now going to formally open the solar plant at the Durban station.
Morning, Minister, His Worship the Mayor, and all the councillors that chair. It's written that the Honorable Minister of Transport, Ms. Barbara Chris, officially launched the PRASA Solar Energy Program on the 28th of October 2025 of Durban Station. Thank you so much. Let us give her a huge round of applause. Officially launched.
You can just stand for a photo op and then we'll make our way down. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah. I'm going to hand over to you. Intersite project team. Reggie, your team. Kaparo. Thank you. I'm now going to hand over to Mr. Zulu over there. He's going to lead us. We're going straight to platform 15 to train set 300. Straight to the platform. Thank you. Please avoid walking backwards.
Thank you. Please follow me. Just be mindful of the steps. So far, we've done great. Let's continue being safe. Be mindful of the step. Be mindful of the step here.
Yeah, check them.
Go too far, the audio cuts out. Yo. Feeling it. Switch. Okay. Elise, when are you doing the Why don't you use the escalator? Ah, where are they? It's a lot to manage. You guys need those mangoes.
Yeah.
You need those mangoes.
Yes, please.
Come with it. Every time you're still discussing the theory of combustion, when the Rome is building. Oh.
I'm here.
Sorry.
Guys, can you allow the media to be in front, please? Where's the mic? Can you just pass it, Razi? You want me to carry that for you?
Okay.
Thank you.
Break my shot. Back and allow the media to be in front. Please.
Okay, colleagues. If we can settle down and please, we are on the platform. Move back from the platform edge. No one should be standing on the platform edge. Okay? It is a bit crowded, so those colleagues from PROSA, if you can move to the back, if you're not required in the front, to make space for the media, and that the dignitaries have sufficient space on the platform. Minister, this is part 2. We will be launching Train 300. I do have with me the CEO of our rail operations division, Mabisa, that will just say a few words. But also we joined by the Gibela board and management team that is instrumental in the manufacturing of the new trains, as well as I see our CEO of technical, which is managing the rolling stock fleet renewal program, that are present here with us. I think what's important to share as we launch Train 300, the CEO will just share with us how important and what a difference the new modern trains makes for PROSA in terms of our service offering. And again, Minister, this is all possible through the support and the funding of government on PROSA's recovery, turnaround and modernization. Lovisa.
Thank you, Group CE. Good afternoon to the Minister, the Premier, all protocol observed. I just want to share highlights about KZN. In this station, this is our core station. Train set 300 is deployed in KZN to join a fleet of 79 EMUs Currently, our performance in terms of on time is 91% in this region. We deploy trips of 35 a day during the weekdays, and on weekends we run 20 trains during the weekends. And currently we see this train set 300 here today to be revealed by the minister. And I want to say, Minister, we are sitting with an average of 77% customer satisfaction. And with that, we see our clients happy to be on our trains. They can even read books, they open their laptops, they all use their cell phones. We have youth coaches. The first and the last coach in each and every train is for youth, the students particularly, so that they can study freely and catch up on the homework they could not do. Our trains during the peak times are full. We were working at a strategy to optimize further on putting more trains on the line. This is the day that we're celebrating train set 300. We thank the Gibela team for the support in terms of manufacturing, and particularly the PRASA team that will be running these trains. It will be the test for us today. As we run from here to Isipingo, you will have the first-hand experience what our passengers go through. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good morning once again to everybody. Honorable Mayor, it gives me very great pleasure to launch train number 300. A couple of months ago, I did go to the Gibela factory, and I saw how 135 tons of South African manufactured steel is pressed into a Gibela train. So maybe I saw a little piece of this train being manufactured when I was there. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome train number 300.
Thank you very much. Minister, let me introduce the MMC for Economic Development and for Economic Development Planning, Councillor Tembentuli, and the two councillors, Councillor Mgati and Councillor Lushaba. With that, I'm honored to read the plaque. The Honorable Minister of Transport, Ms. Barbara Chrissy, officially received Istimela Sabantu TS 300 on behalf of PRASA on the 28th of October 2025 at Durban Station. Thank you very much.
Scissors, please.
Colleagues, please be mindful. Please be mindful of the step. Colleagues, please enter the train utilizing the other doors. Do not go into the driver's cabin, please. Utilize the train doors.
The rest of the guests, please move back.
If we could all please board Istimela Sabantu.
Guests to the back. Announce them.
Please make your way down.
Go that side. Directed to that side. I think Welcome aboard EMU train set 300. This is the driver. Our train number for today is 3746 Durban to Isipingo. En route, if the train has to stand for an extended period of time, you will be informed.
Stop is Isipingo Station.
This train has got a capability of running we are not expecting it yet. The capability we're busy with some maintenance settings. So the track quality we've got and also the minister has been making signaling becomes critical for safer operation of trains. So at the moment we're doing manual motorization. Driver has to be authorized by the control center. But the fortunate thing in KZN is we've got the contractor appointed. They're on the ground working. By next year we'll have the first line signaling finished for KZN. Yeah, and the first section we will be able to launch by next year. This time we'll have the line. So that's KZN. So we're going to try and target to do something there. What we can showcase already, because we've developed a laboratory here in KZN where we do all the testing of the signaling equipment. That is up and running. It's fully there, it's automated to show how the signaling will work.
When you say in KZN, why? In Durban?
It's a Queenie. So
if you say in KZN...
okay, all right. In Durban. It's a Queenie. It is the city.
I think he wants to go there. You must invite him.
We will invite the mayor. That is probably one of the biggest projects in the city at the moment, is the signaling program. It's a 10 billion rand program we're talking about, over 8 years, but with incremental deliverables that we will roll out.
So where do we have the contractors operating? It's KZN and...
So KZN, we've got an appointment, Minister. Western Cape, remember we recovered 1 or 2 corridors through the internal teams. But in terms of the big contract awards, we still need to award Western Cape as well as Gauteng. Gauteng is in the procurement phase. Western Cape was a non-award, Minister. We are now, the strategy is to go and negotiate with the OEM. Because you will recall, the signaling was done before. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we are. But we'll take the Honorable Mayor to the site. We'll show it to you. Yeah. Yeah. So that you can see the progress. That is for not bad. Okay. No, we've raised it with the system.
Because you can see it clear.
settlements on the bank of local areas, so that we have this internet. So I think this meeting will start with conversation and the interface between the city and yourself as you operate it. I've already spoken to the regional manager,
was the issue of encroachments, one, and the illegal dumping. I think with the plans of the city developing in the past, the plans were to develop way up to Durban Station, but the main development at Fred as a hub of activities is around Korea Station. So there are a lot of illegal dumping that is happening here, but we've been discussions with the city working on various programs, cleanup programs that have been underway, but we're looking at a solution where we are going to fence accordingly so that we're to prevent the illegal dumping. It's a historical problem that has existed over time. But we already put some programs that are working closely with the city in addressing all the way to Isipingo and to first group. Problem is between the Durban Station and the Korea. It's a process looking at the intersite to develop, and there's conversations working on partnerships in 3 different corridors. This one with UNLAS being our main driver of revenue. We are having a project led by this our customers in the south. We've been able to recover most of the programs actually from here to various was doing. We've done feasibility studies. We already have a number of projects for Kiwi and other projects, because further on, but it excludes the other in the south. Up in the north, we still have a challenge of trying to unlock Enga going up north. We think the infrastructure being vandalized all the way, so we don't really have our OFC in that line. We're in discussions with Transnet if we share the lines. So we're in discussions of having certain MOUs with Transnet so that it enables us to invest in that infrastructure together with Transnet. One of our main MOUs that we're able to close now is the FEM, which will enable us to run trains in both directions. We are then able to service our commuters much faster. So we're just finalizing teething issues on the FEM, but we're also looking at an overall MOU that will enable us to cooperate very well with CHIM in making sure that we unlock some of these issues. They are also heavily affected with the local. We are meeting this week with the CEOs of the affected stakeholders by local, because they have expressed an interest in investments with us as companies to make sure that we unlock the challenges. We are having a session with them, with the CEO of our project, and ourselves this coming week, just unlock the issue of South. Up north, because we really don't have OHT, or working on a program to recover some of our beaches, and looking at what we did run a pilot for 6 months in the past, but we then looked at it because a bit not cost effective, because the cost of diesel was a bit high. So we ran a program for 6 months and it was stopped. Now we're looking at how efficient we can unlock that particular one. We also have Cattle Reach. It's an area where, because it's a transplant line, we are having a lot of death and families in our area, and we're having engagement with our protection services together with SEPs to see how we can deal with the challenges along the transportation. We don't really run a lot of chains. We find that we run 5 chains down in the morning and 5 chains down on the Catholic line, servicing the others around the Pantal and going along that way. So those are some of the key things that we are possibly running for now. As long as we can unlock this, I think we are fine. It's great that we've done a signaling project in the region already. We are commissioning now and assisting one of our projects. It's not part of the bigger one, the one that national signaling. It's the one that we are basically doing at the region. It costs in excess of 100 million that we've invested already in the signaling. It's going to assist the region in managing our trains, and we should improve the service that we're giving to our communities. The national signaling one is also focused here in KZN, and I'm happy to see that as KZN we are being prioritized on the signaling. I think Pastor did a decision to say that they focus on KZN on the national signaling program and the entire package of the telecoms program. Thank you.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that they don't have to take everything.
How do I switch this one?
Tell me,
oh, sorry, the challenge with informal settlement, particularly if we go all the way south, particularly that we even have a situation where the entire ticket office is surrounded by informal settlement. And what they do is that they put cement on the drainage system and it floods the entire station. So you are unable to run trains. While communities are waiting for the trains to come through, then find that so what also happens is that when there's development and encroachment on the rail line, we have issues of drainage. Drainage is one of the problems in rail. If it's not properly managed, then it becomes a problem. We're not able to run the trains. You'll find the people literally stop, they open our fence and they literally dump on the side. And that's what we are basically having a challenge with. And I think we have good positive feedback from the city in working out on the program to resolve all those issues. The focus in the main has been the recovery of the lines. With KZN being heavily challenged with storms, most of our infrastructure has been washed away, and the team has worked well in terms of recovering that. One of the key things that we'll focus quite sharply on going forward is to modernize the infrastructure going forward. So we'll then strike a balance to modernize the infrastructure. We're quite excited that the RFI process kicking in, because it then will enable us to respond to the city very well. They're doing a number of working closely with the city with their alternative projects. So we are able to blend together to make sure that we respond to the needs of the house to move this business.
Tell me, what is your experience since you were last with the minister? Have the numbers improved of your passengers?
Yeah, the numbers have basically improved facilitated, but we're working on a massive program of increasing patronage. It's a program that is run at the center by our Group CE and the CE to look at various programs. That's what we're doing is patronage. Because I think one of the things that we're trying to make sure that we can improve patronage. Which is key.
But in terms of the current trains honoring time, there's no problem with it.
Yeah.
100%.
I think the Group C has already indicated the ability in terms of keeping so that we run 100% service. If there are either challenges in theft, vandalism, we do do have to share some of the lines also with Transnet. We find that they are, particularly in the morning, early hours, we run the trains there very early in the morning, so we start having those issues. But we have interface sessions with the Transnet Trim team, and we have a number of WhatsApp groups where senior management of both PRASA as well as Trim interact quickly so that we can resolve some of the issues quite early. So the response on any challenges that we're having, particularly when you're starting the service, is quite key. So we are interfacing very well between ourselves, both PRASA and Trim, in cases where we are sharing the lines.
Mayor, if I may just add on to what the regional manager has mentioned, because KZN, not KZN, eThekwini, the city, you corrected me, Mayor, is that in terms of the recovery and rebuild, we had the additional challenge here of the floods in KZN, in eThekwini, where large portions of the railway line was washed away. Reunion, for example, we had to rebuild that section. And Minister, that was a good project where we demonstrated good strategic cooperation between state-owned entities. Transnet came on board through the Rail Network Construction Division and rebuilt that on PRASA's behalf, using the skills that we have within the railway sector, within the state-owned companies. And then the other projects, Central Line, Transnet has partnered with PRASA to bring that back. At the point I just wanted to raise, particularly with the mayor being present, is we have the integration with the city in terms of the intermodal planning committees, in the development of the integrated transport plans for the city. And if we look at those plans of your city, Minister, rail is considered the backbone. The north to south corridor, KwaMashu to Umlazi, is your backbone. You are part of that corridor today. We know 10 years back, you were moving in excess of 50 million passengers in the city. Minister, this year we've spoken about 77 that we've grown to, and the target is 600 million. So this becomes the key backbone, integrated with your other modes of transport, the taxis and the buses. And therefore, once the signaling is up and running, we'll see that 5-minute frequencies back on this corridor to ensure that the volumes that we should be transporting is back on the rail. And that speaks to the very clear mandate we have of growing the passenger numbers to 600 million passenger trips by the 2030 financial year. But the last point I wanted to make is that in terms of the recovery rebuild, it's aligned to the integrated transport plan of the city. Integrated planning is at the key of this recovery that we are dealing with. And excitingly on the north, we are visiting Isipingo on the south. On the north, we've got the KwaMashu and Bridge City. You know, they call it the Ink node that we are dealing with there. We've got the Bridge City development, similar to what we're going to see with Isipingo. The Bridge City node, we have got the station at Bridge City, integrating to the Bridge City Mall, and the development there in terms of the hospitals, the residential, the ports. Yes. So we're doing Isipingo now, but the similar development is on the north at Bridge City that we could also look at. And what was key there, Mayor and Honourable Minister, is that there was also, that was the last project where you saw some extension of the railway network of PRASA. In 2013, we extended the line from KwaMashu, from Duffs Road through to Bridge City. It's about 3 kilometers, which was the last extension we had in the country. 2006 was Khayelitsha. So with the way the cities have grown, once the modernization, the recovery is in place, is some key expansion that we also need to get to speak to the growth of the cities.
We are indeed looking forward to a positive response, Honourable Mayor. I know in our initial engagements you spoke sharply on the issue of rail, high speed, as we indicated.
Maybe that was in the minister's announcement.
Leave that for the minister.
Yeah.
Leave for the minister.
So I'm happy that you mentioned Reunion. So we'll get to Reunion Station, then there will be Pilgrim, and then there will be Isipingo. So we are about to get there. Am I missing anything, my CEO? Am I missing anything?
Yeah. Maybe speak to some of the. I mean, we're on the new train. I know the mayor's been on the train. But I mean, one of the key things you feel is it's air conditioned. It was very humid outside, but you can see the climate control in the trains. It's very good.
That's good.
Speak to some of the features of the train.
Some of the
features.
Some of the features of the train, although I hope I don't miss any. Well, we have full air conditioning. As you can feel, we are not actually made a call to say it must be full blast, so that we one of the features that we are getting is Wi-Fi also for our communities. We are able to make sure that while they are basically on the train, they can basically do something. One of the key features that you see, which is different from our train and other trains, is how the train looks all the way across. It makes sure that the feeling, the air conditioning, and the free movement of people is quite efficient on the train. I don't know what I must cover. Let me get my COs to add. Yeah.
Minister and Mayor, I'll just draw your attention to the camera above me for the safety and security reasons. When there's an incident, the camera zooms in, and then the train driver is able to direct the security that is on board. All our trains, we have protection services, and we also want to highlight the fact that these seats, the way they are, they also allow that we are able to have people with disability to move freely. And we also have an emergency, what do you call it? There's a lever that you pull that enables the train to stop if there's an emergency. One of the other features is that at the end of each coach, there is an area for wheelchairs, for universal access, and we've been targeted a lot by the forums that are challenging us. We increase the space on the next trains that we will design that will support that. With that in mind also, this is open. We don't have the risk of people now, hanging teased. Before the train moves, it ensures all doors are closed. And when they are closed, there is no chance for the inside the train. So in terms of securities in this train and limiting all the risks we used to have in our own trains, we have got it right and will continue to do that.
Thank you, see. One of the massive programs that we are running because of the design of the train is that the design of the station themselves were making sure that we have a massive program we're running to make sure that we deal with the issues of platforms. It's quite a massive program that we're running, and also to deal with the bridges that you are seeing. So we are running a quite intensive capital program to make sure that we can run the train efficiently.
Listen, do you remember the floods in 2022? I'm just looking at those containers. They were in our reserve as well. You know the containers. Yeah, those. Yeah, it washed all across into the rail reserve.
Yeah, I was still Minister of Environment.
Yeah.
We had to bring our foresters to the beaches to cut the trees that had washed for 200 kilometers. We had to cut them. They had to bring the foresters with their big saws to cut those trees up, to take them because they couldn't get onto the beaches. I remember standing. We did one cleanup on one of the main North Beach, I think it was, and I was standing on the stair beam. It was like I was on top of the
On the depot.
Yeah, on top of the depot. Because there were
Maybe let's exchange them so that
So almost there. Do you see? We're almost there.
Got about 15 minutes.
Another?
Greetings again, colleagues. Our next session is Isipingo, so we'll be disembarking on it. So let's just make sure that we are careful of the gap between the train and the platform. When we get there, the minister and the head delegates will take the lift. The rest of the colleagues will use the steps to go all the way up to the mall. Thank you.
The media, they don't like this type of thing. I'm going in the lift as well. Right? Into the lift. Yeah. After reunion, it's Isipingo. Yeah, I heard him announce first that after reunion, it's Isipingo. So that's why I was like, okay, we're almost there.
they must do. Like in front of the
When you disembark. Why lower the actually they keep it for you. Yeah. Then they give it back to you. He said so. I was so charged. No, but the important thing was that he, as a passenger, he was saying no, it's not allowed. That is very good. It's fabulous. Yeah.
Let's do this.
What does that mean? It looks like 30. Where's the other zero? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh, okay. Another one. Okay.
Thank you again for
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I get that one to say?
Thank
you.
Oh,
keep it. Oh, I must keep it.
You will be verified as you enter.
Is this a ticket exam now? Oh no, we're not gonna zoom it.